Okay. Awesome. I'll probably stop once a day. Gotta head out to sludge box, trash box, and I wish we had an automatic big bar that over it for you, but that to the top of this big, that'll be filled with trash. It goes through this thing and it wants thing. Oh, tapes. Somebody. Pretty sure, but they lost. Another expensive rain, but I think that's the way it goes because it just gets so hot and the heat creates the storms, that sort of thing. Glad to know I'm not the only one up at this hour of the morning. Other people are. Maybe it's just older people, we're all up because we have to be and we're so used to it. I don't know. Younger are still asleep. Wake up 5 minutes before work, run out the door, throwing their clothes on. And we've been up drinking coffee and smoking a cigarette if you smoke, and all that. We've been up. We gotta be at work at 6. We've been up since what, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, that's how it goes. I got a couple of chats. I don't know if or when I'm going to release them that I didn't do live chats on. And there's one I was going to release yesterday, but I'm like, okay, shade tree's on, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm actually going to go to bed early because I needed to sleep. So I went to bed early. Felt better when I woke up. I mean, maybe they were correct with that whole early to bed, early to rise thing. It's just so hard to do. There's so many things that need to be done in life. It's like you can get one of them down. It's hard to get both of them down. You know, you can get the early to bed. You can get the early to bed's kind of hard. It's usually late to bed, early to rise. I think that's how that usually ends up. It's not early to bed. It's just usually you go to bed late and you still got to get up early. That's generally how it works. So, yeah, I actually got to bed early. Had spaghetti for supper. Took a shower. Went to bed. Now I'm back out in the heat again today. It's not hot now. It kind of feels cool. Like if you're riding a bike, it kind of feels cool. Not if you're not riding a bike. my visor completely off to clean it. Like, better. Because you know how it is. It's hard to get in there. Do you think? Had so many bugs and stuff on it. There, and clean both sides. See if that helps with the fogging. Sounds like common sense, but you know, it is what it is. It almost feels like you need a jacket. And with the heat, I probably do need to, well, I'm riding a bike. I probably do need to be wearing a jacket. But the heat indexes and all that are going to be like 108, 114. It's going to be in like the mid-90s. And I'm going to be at a landfill. And the last time I went to this landfill, they wanted me to retarp the box. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? It's going to take a while. Because usually I'll tarp the box before I put it on the trailer. And that works out pretty good. And I got like a bar on the side to help me with the tarp picking up over things. And if it's on the ground, I can do it pretty easily. Well, not easily, but you're not going to do it when it's way up there in the air. Unless you climb inside the box. I don't feel like getting impaled on a pallet. A broken pallet. But before you come in, you have to untarp your load so they can see it. Okay. And then they wanted me to retarp it so that I could go up the hill and go dump my load. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? I just untarped it. I don't have a roll tarp. You know, I don't have any of that. I'm going to block everybody else's way because I'm going to have to pull on the other side of the scale, because about anywhere you go, you got to scale in, scale out, that sort of thing. And I'm going to have to drop this thing in everybody's way so that I can, you know, pull the tarp back out, re-tarp it. Then I'm going to have to go to the top of the hill. I'm going to put the tarp back on the box, back on the ground at the top of the hill. Take the tarp off the box up there. It's like, how many times do you want me to put this thing on the ground? And they finally just let me go. So I'm going to have to deal with that again today. They're like, well, stuff is blowing out of people's boxes. Okay, you're a landfill. You got fences set up. It's perfect. That is what they're for. But no, it's like, if you're on a bike right now, it's almost chilly. Also, probably has something to do with the fact that it's humid as hell down here. It's not a dry heat. It's definitely a wet heat. And it's probably only like 70, 78 degrees. Something like that. Is this worth passing? I guess. that Venus over there. Morning star. I'll stop at that little gas station up here and I'll look at the chat. See if any of this gravel's been cleaned up. Nope. Visor was doing fine until I parked. More gravel. I don't know who spilled all that gravel there, but they need to clean it up. That county truck back there. I hope he's coming up here with a sweeper. Dude, get off my ass. But anyways, it's an early morning ride. You ever have one of them days at work? You know what your job is. You know what you gotta do. The first box is gonna suck. It's a sludge box. It's always nasty. It's a messed up one. The binders on it are messed up. I know I'm going to get filthy. There's nothing I can do to keep from getting just like filthy. They always overload it. So you got to be careful. It's not a closed top box. It's not like a vac box. It's not even the ones which they really need for that product. They need the one with the big doors that slide open and close. No, it's got a roll tarp on top that goes from left to right. On that one. The trash box don't have one. It's just like a big dumpster. 40-yard dumpster. The sludge box though, it has a roll tarp. And if you hit they overload it, so it's hard to load it without spilling some. And then you get going down the road, and if someone cuts you off or they do, you just stop too quick or anything, it'll come out the front of the box because, well, this particular product, it's liquid. But it's like this fatty liquid kind of stuff that's in another liquid. It looks like puke. It's just nasty. And then there's like this, and it's all nasty. And yeah. That one's gonna suck. Then the other one's gonna suck. So I have a whole day that's going to suck. But I'm working. So I guess I can't complain. I've been looking at family stuff. Like grandparents, immigration records, all that. And they were coal miners. I'm sure all their days kind of sucked. And they ended up dying of, these lung diseases and crap. And they brought everybody over. I'm sure my life is way better than theirs. I am positive it is. That's only one leg. Toward both sides of my family, like my mom's side of the family, her dad's side, my grandfather, we're talking goes back to like Isle of Wight, 1600 Virginia. Coming on, Jamestown colony and all that. my dad's side, his father's side goes back to Jamestown Colony and Maryland Colony, 1600s. But then it's like his mom's side, they immigrated over here. And my mom's side, well, they came over here, and on my mom's side, they came over here in the mid-1800s. We're talking Irish immigrants. And on my dad's side, they came over here, kind of spread out between 1900 and 1940s. And that's, you kind of look at that immigration process, it's sort of like what they're doing today, except there are several wars, and they're trying to get over here from Eastern Europe. And it's weird looking at the records because it's not going to say the country that you think it does on birthplace, but it'll have the language, you know. And because, you know, like Czechoslovakia did not exist before World War I. It doesn't say Czech until you get down to like his grandson. So when he came over, you know, it says Austria, part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. You got Bohemia, Moravia, Slovakia. You look at the language and it says Slovak. And it's around all these that say Russian and all that. Then by the time you get down to 1940, it says Russian Czechoslovakia or Rus Czechoslovakia on there. It's weird because like the country didn't exist. I mean, Bohemia existed as a nation like before the Austro-Hungarian Empire, but during that particular part of time, you know, part of it was under the Austrian influence and part of it was under Hungarian. So you're looking at these relatives and it'll say like Austria and Hungary, but then the language doesn't line up. And you know where they're from, you know where that town is, and that's not in Austria and that's not in Hungary. But then, you know, a little history research sort of fills out that gap, you know. That guy's trailer lights aren't blinking. And I do not like sitting on a railroad track. But this is not like being in my truck. I can move, I can get out of the way. So who else out here? I see Tolga. I see a lot of Tolga. I see riding on Ruby. Okay, let's get up here. My visor's not fitting quite right since I put it back on. No, they were coal miners. There were coal miners over there. What happened was the companies that own the coal mines over there also own coal mines in Pennsylvania. And they brought them over. And it's like this person comes first and then they bring these people and these people, and it's kind of like they came over, they come over legally, they get established, and they bring their family over. That's what a lot of people are doing today too. no way to cough ladylike in a helmet. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, they're trying to get over here from like war-torn Europe. And they're still doing that. I was watching a documentary thing where it was going through these people's bloodline, and it was like this Jewish family, and they did basically the same thing. And I guess they had it worse than we did. You know, but the husband gets over here first, and then the wife and the rest of them got over here. Okay, where are we at? I know down here my signal's gonna mess up. See if I can put this in order. Two people watching. Oi oi. Hi Tara. Hi Riding on Ruby. Hi Tolga. It's just buffering. Y'all are talking. Right, slow. That's you with the coffee and cigarettes. Well, you have a good day there, Tolga. And I'm gonna take back off. I'm gonna go ahead and do my job. They need a taco truck right there. Taco trucks are awesome. I have no idea why I'm coughing. I should not be coughing. I do not smoke, not usually. Not unless I've been drinking, and I haven't been drinking, so I haven't been smoking. When I smoked before, I really didn't care for cigarettes. Well, I can't do that now. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. I have this thing called a CDL. Down this road, I know, now that I say that, it might not. But y'all have been on these rides with me before, so you know. History is interesting. Seeing how they came. Also interesting, you can go back, you can trace all the records, you can find out, you start clearing a lot of failed myths and stuff, because that stuff ends up like Telephone, you know, the game Telephone. There we are. Genetics are kind of interesting too. So it's like you get half your parents' genetics, but it's not an even half. You know, you get half your father, half your mother. But it's not like an even half of all their genetics. It's a random half. That's why, like, you'll have blue eyes and your sister will have brown eyes and that sort of thing. And then, okay, now you go to the next generation, parents. And well, odds are you're going to have some but there's a small chance, like almost unheard of small chance, that there'll be a grandparent that you don't have any DNA from, and they're your grandparent. It's almost unheard of, it's so small. But the further back you go, you know, by the time you get 5-6 generations back, for most Americans, 5-6 generations back, we're talking mid to early 1800s. There's a good chance that you have ancestors that you don't have any of their DNA, or it's so small it would never pick up. By the time you get to, say, it doubles with each generation. So your parents are 2, your grandparents are 4, your great-grandparents are 8, your great-great-grandparents are 16, your great-great-great-grandparents are, what is that, 30, if it's 16, so that would be 32, then 64 for the next one. You keep doubling that, you know, you get up to about 7. You're talking hundreds of people. I've probably got throat cancer. I won't be lucky enough to die. I just have to suffer through it and keep working. But that's a lot of people. And there's probably several that you didn't get anything really from, except maybe that one little trait for some kind of disease you're susceptible to, and that's all you got from them. Or these people that it's like they're 1/8 Native American, or they're 1/16. Well, 1/8 is a little over 10%. You know, 1/16, you're talking what, 7%. It's like, oh, I'm a 32nd, and it's like less than 5. And how many generations back is that? You know, what's the chance that's going to show up? What's the chance that that even matters? You know? And yes, I have one of my great-grandmothers was on the rolls. No, she wasn't a princess. She was a squaw that wanted to fuck off the reservation. She's like, hey, white dude, get me out of here. She married him. That's another thing, looking back through there too, you start looking at all their kids and, you know, how many kids these people were having, and it's like, get off that woman, shit. I realized they didn't have TV, no, so I guess there was nothing else to do. But my God, they had a lot of kids. What the hell is that? What are they doing? Oh, he's probably working on that excavator. Anyways, I will look at the rest of the chat when I park, like I did the other day. And hope y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful morning. I hope your coffee is good. I hope whatever you're doing is good. You're all awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Get another view over there. See if y'all can see that for the sunrise. In the factory, the chemical plants ahead of me, so I will catch y'all later. Thank you so much for watching. Adios. Ciao. All that good shit.